Now, I normally start an episode with our youth intake on Youth Intake Day. I didn't this season because it was rubbish. We had 2 players who might get good. No one's any good. Let's be honest, we're probably not going to see any of these players. We are now on the 18th of April. We've played a couple of matches already in the relegation scrap. And we have squeaked by with 2 victories. Beating Viborg is the bigger of the 2 victories. A 3-2 win. Beating Horsens, you'd expect us to beat Horsens. Then again, when we played them previously, we did draw. A Fabio Giallo goal in this one. It means we are currently 3rd in the relegation scrap. However, we are... I say, are we still in a fight here? That's now 8 points between us and Norgesland. Also, if Norgesland go down, that's a massive, massive club. And by massive club, I mean quantity and quality of players. That's a big, big club to go down. When you look at some of their players, like Mads Hansen is their starting right winger. He's 10 times better than what we've got. Also looking at their number 1 goalkeeper, Ali Ahmada, probably not how you say it at all. He's quite clearly very good and arguably much, much better than our goalkeeper as well. So if Norgesland go down, we might need to do some shopping. So the first of 2 matches in today's episode, it is Vela, maybe, still don't know. We are at home for this one. It is 3rd versus 4th. These are the team that we have somehow managed to leapfrog over. It's going to be Jurchuk in goal, Mortensen, Orr, De Beer, and Markanic in defence. Strunk and Larsen in midfield. Hopu, Marcondes, Meyer, and Jallo up front. It's probably not pronounced Jallo either, is it? It's probably Hallo or Yallo, or I don't know. I'm calling him Jallo. We're sticking with Jallo. You've probably noticed as well, we don't have any Montana on the bench because he's currently out injured, but he's going to be back very, very soon, so he should be back for the next match. Since the relegation split, we have obviously won 2 out of 2. And it started very well, but we didn't win them particularly convincingly. A 3-2 against Viborg, we got away with it. We scored some early goals. We kind of held on to the lead. So we are still within a risk, I'd say. Although, I think if we finish top of this group, we get into a European qualifier. I think that's how it works. Like the team who wins this also could potentially be qualifying for Europe. Straight away, obviously, we do have the highlight from kickoff, which is potentially a concern unless we can nick the ball. It is Kook with a big kick over the halfway line. Zakor heads forward. Mortensen flicks it on further. Finds Shandon on the right-hand side. He's just lumped it all the way across to Emi Marcondes, who's chested it down well. He's got 4 in the box if he can find a cross. Plays it on the ground to Larsen. A weird flick from Larsen straight into the hands of the keeper. And now 1 minute 25 seconds on the clock. And there's another highlight. We've got it through Marcondes on the left. He's just smashed it upfield towards Jallo, who's controlled that superbly well. Shandon collects it now. In the middle is Larsen. Plays it through to nobody. That's not the ball, is it? That is not the ball. Zakor's got it for us. Strunk to Mortensen. Lumps it upfield. Finds Shandon 2-3 in the box. Marcondes is 1. He's been tripped. It's not going to be a penalty. It is going to be a free kick. There you go. No penalty. We do have a free kick. I don't know whether we're going to see it. It's effectively a corner. It's a very short corner, but it's a corner. We are going to see it. It's right on the line. Strunk is the man to take it. Probably towards the front post is where we should be trying to go. It's towards the back post. It's Markanic, the left back, with the headed effort. Mortensen's throw. We are not even 10 minutes in, and we've already had, 3 or 4 highlights. Zakor to Larsen. Ball forward. Fabio Jallo collects it. And has Jallo managed to do something? He has managed to do something. I'm not sure how that's ended up in the back of the net, but I will take it. Did this take a deflection, or did Jallo just miskick it? So he controls it there. I took a deflection off number 5. That's why it went so high in the air. I think Jallo's effort probably would have just nestled in the top corner, but it still counts. We have taken the lead. This could be 3 wins out of 3. And the second match of this episode is going to be up against Norgesland, which, if we can win the match against Norgesland, we might confirm non-relegation. That's probably not how you'd say that, but that's what I'm going to call it. Marcondes is going to not keep it in. He should have tried. It is a throw for Vela. Ball over the top. Kirkgaard in towards goal. Jurchuk can stop it. Marcondes can clear. Now Jallo back to Marcondes. Are we going to see anything? No, we're not. Mortensen with a throw now. 32 minutes. Strunk crosses on the ground to Jallo. Back to Larsen. And Mads Larsen makes it 2-0. And we are starting to put the nails in the coffin. Is that an analogy people use in this scenario? Probably not. It's one that I've gone for. So currently, as things stand, we are moving up to 2nd place in the relegation table. It is only Randers who are ahead of us, and we are playing Randers next. That's a concern. Onuga making it 2-1, kind of out of absolutely nothing. The goalkeeper maybe should have saved that one. And it's straight into another highlight. This, I mean, let's make it 3-1. Let's go straight back to a 2-goal lead. De Beer to Strunk, back to Tin De Beer. Our superstar for the future in Tin De Beer. I've got a lot of hope in him. Zakor on the right-hand side of the central defensive positions. Mortensen, just go for a big lump. You know you want to do it. You know it's going to happen at some point, because we always do. There we go. Zakor to Larsen. Ball on the ground. It's not on the ground, is it, at all? Shandon to Jallo. Back to Larsen again. Marcondes needs to run. Actually, it's Markanic. Runs into the space. Tries to find somebody. Gets another chance. It's fallen for Major. And May has gone down. It is going to be a penalty. We're probably going to get VAR, but I think that's going to be a penalty. It is a penalty. Mateo Meyer is going to step up and take this then. Can we make it 3-1 as we go into half-time? We should make it 3-1. May is good at penalties. Straight down the middle. Arguably, the keeper should have saved it, but he didn't. And we have got our 2-goal advantage back. Free kick. We're not quite at half-time, and we've got a decent chance. Marcondes is the man standing over it. I think that might go in, you know. And Emiliano Marcondes makes it 4-1. His second goal for Esbjerg. I still don't know whether this was a good signing or a bad signing. He's got 2 goals now. It's starting to look like a better signing. And that, I think, was the last kick of the half. It is 4-1 to Esbjerg at half-time. We've still got another 45 minutes of this. I'm hoping for a quieter second half, although we're only 6 and a bit minutes in, and we've already got ourselves another highlight. Shabanov with the ball. Meyer nicks it off him. Now Shandon. He can run forward. He's gone for goal himself. Why have you done that? Free kick in a good position for the opposition. Mukoli, who looks about 5'6". If that, Elvis has gone for a chance. It's over the bar. Was his name Elvis? It looked like Elvis. It's Elvius. Elvius? Yeah, Elvius. Marius Elvius. Right, time for some changes. Shandon is going to come off. Munir Seka is going to come on the right-hand side. Do we do anything else? We'll do Markanic for Shivani Willis. I am still trading him up as a left-back, okay? I don't know why I'm doing it. I've just decided that's the thing that I'm going to commit to. I have just realised, I don't know where Zach Medley is. I'm concerned that he's been recalled because we were playing him out of position, and I've just missed the news. I feel like as a manager, I should know what's going on with my players who aren't in my club anymore, but here we are. Apparently, I don't know what's going on. It is Velia with the ball. Outside the area, long-range chance. Ripples the top of the net. Goes over the bar. The second half has been fairly uneventful at the moment. Into the final few minutes, the whistle goes. A massive, massive 4-1 win. All done in the first half. We did our job, and we basically just decided, second half, let's not bother. We literally had 2 shots in the second half. We literally didn't bother. And by the looks of it, Velia just had a little flurry of activity towards the end, and they didn't do much either. Now, there is definitely time to still throw this away, but that is much, much nicer reading. We've got 7 games left to play, 10 points clear of the relegation zone. We now have to go forward and play Randers, which I'm going to do off camera, and then I feel like we're going to win that one, which will put us top of the group if we actually win that game. If we lose, it could potentially drop us back down to 3rd, depending on what happens with Viborg. Because everyone in this relegation stage is playing each other, it makes things a little bit more tense, because you'd hope Nordjylland would lose against the big teams, but Nordjylland are good enough to beat absolutely every single one of those teams in that group, including us. So are Randers, so are we, so are Viborg, so are Veja. Horsens probably not so much, they won 2 games all season. But you know what I'm saying? This could literally go absolutely anywhere, apart from Horsens are almost guaranteed to be relegated. Okay, good news, Zach Medley is still at the club. We're fine. He's still here, he's still on loan. He was out because of fitness. He was out, he was injured, he missed the Viborg game, he missed the Horsens game, and then we just didn't pick him because of fitness. We're fine, we're okay. Is he out of contract to the end? He's out of contract. Zach, do you want to join on a permanent deal? Right, we've just finished the Randers game, and unfortunately, we lose 1-0. Competitive match, we just couldn't score. Arguably, also, they couldn't score. They only got 1 goal as well. Does mean we have dropped down, but Viborg only drew. Also, Nordjylland and Horsens drew, which means we're still 9 points clear of 5th place, which is obviously that relegation spot, and now we get to go to Nordjylland and hopefully not lose. I've just seen Nordjylland were 2-0 down in the 90th minute and scored twice in the 90th and 92nd minute. They got very, very lucky. I think every time anyone in our relegation group plays Nordjylland, everyone wants Nordjylland to lose, apart from Nordjylland and possibly Horsens, because if Nordjylland keep losing, we're fine. That's the problem. We just need to make sure that Horsens lose. Horsens? Nordisland lose. So for this one, we're going for Jurchuk in goal, Mortensen or De Beer and Markanic. Zach Medley has been relegated to the bench. He did play the Randers game, but he's still not. He probably shouldn't have played it, basically. Strunk and Marcondes in the middle of the pitch today. Hopio and Montano on the wings. Mayer and Jallo up front. You'll notice, next to Zach Medley, he's joined the AAB. We offered him a contract, and he went, I'll go to AAB, thanks. So they're just waiting on a work permit. Bit annoying, but, you know, at least we were in there. We're good enough to get him. He could have joined us, but obviously they probably offered him more money, and maybe they're in Europe. They probably are, aren't they? So you might be wondering why we're playing Marcondes in the middle of the pitch, and that is because Marcondes can play there. I brought him in primarily to be one of the wingers, but Montano is very good, and we've kind of got some fitness concerns in the middle of the pitch, which means Marcondes can slot into that box-to-box midfield role that we have in the middle, and he should be doing a good enough job. He's played there a couple of times as well off camera, so it's not new for him. Corner for us early on, and we've almost found the back of the net. Was that De Beer coming in there at the front post? I think it was. Other than that early chance so far, very little has taken place. Velia have taken the lead against Randers, which is potentially an interesting result if it stays that way. Nordisland have a chance from a throw. It's Dorgeles with the ball, back to Svensson on the left-hand side. Plenty of red, but plenty of blue in the middle. Hansen is the man to win the header, goes wide of Jurchuk's post. Jurchuk then takes the goal kick as well. Tin De Beer just stands there, time wasting after 36 minutes on a 0-0 draw. Lovely, that's what we want to see from our young Dutch centre-back. It is now Mayer with the ball. Left-hand side is Markanic. On the ground finds Fabio Jallo. 4, possibly 5 in the box. Markanic can cross it towards Mayer at the back post. And Matteo Mayer makes it 1-0 with a spectacular headed effort. He, by the way, was on a goal drought until the earlier match in this episode where he scored from the penalty spot. And hopefully it's kick-started him, put a fire in his belly once again. That, facing away from goal to direct that header in, is superb. Half-time then, 1-0 thanks to that goal. And we're doing well. We are actually doing very well. And I think, it's not guaranteed, but I think if we were to win this, we are almost certainly not getting relegated. We will have a final episode of Season 3 where we can kind of confirm what's going on. We might, and I cling to this through hope, we might even have to have another episode of Season 3 because I think we do potentially get into a European playoff if we win the group. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm kind of clinging out that could be something that we could do. Hope you finds Jallo. Mayer's there again. I don't think this one's going to count. It is counting. It is counting. It is 2-0. I don't know why. For some reason, my brain said that's not going to count. He was offside. But I guess he wasn't. Of course he's not. There's a guy on the touchline. We're 2-0 up. Since we've gone into this relegation zone, we've suddenly gained confidence, and I don't know what's happened. I have no idea what's happened, but we've suddenly gained a huge amount of confidence. We're going to have to take off Mayer. We're going to bring on Holton. I think we'll do Holton. He's on a goal drought, so maybe, being 2-0 up against Nordisland, you can go, I'm going to score a goal as well. We are also going to do... Do we do Butterfill on the left? Sure, let's give Butterfill a chance on the left-hand side. We're going to take Zach Orloff as well for Jason Straha, who I don't think we've seen him on camera at all this season. I'm also looking at Mortensen because he's very, very tired and he is our captain. And we don't really have any backup right-backs. So Mortensen's going to come off. We're going to bring on Christensen, who, he's not a right-back. He can kind of play there. He's not a right-back. He's also joining Lyngby in the summer, so he's not even going to be here beyond the end of this season. Apparently De Beer is now looking very tired. Not a lot has happened in the second half at all, has it? Which is good. 4 minutes of injury time to play. A 2-0 victory against relegation-threatened Nordisland. That's a massive result. Also, we've won 2 matches in today's episode. I don't think we've done that ever in this save. That's probably a lie. We probably did that countless times in Season 1. That result then pushes us back up into second place. And the big news is we were the only team in the entire group to pick up 3 points. Everyone else drew. Randers drew with Velia. Viborg drew with Horsens. We obviously beat Nordisland. We are the only team to pick up maximum points, which means we're the only team to really gain any ground. We are now 12 points clear of Nordisland with 5 games to play, which means next episode we might have to play everything until we get confirmation, right? We might have to play absolutely everything in the next episode until we get confirmation. Because if we beat Velja and Nordsjælland, who are they playing? And Nordsjælland, I guess, lose to Randers, which is potentially likely to happen, then we might be safe. We're also playing Velja on the 30th. We're going to play that now. I'm so glad I didn't show you this match on camera. I was thinking we should probably record this, and then we lost. We got battered. I'm very glad I didn't record this. It does mean we now have one less game to play. There is obviously still 12 points between us and Nordsjælland. Next episode then will be possibly the final episode of Season 3. We will kick off with Viborg, and we will play as many games as it takes to basically decide what happens in the league. We might be playing 4 matches in the next episode. Be prepared for a long one. We also might be playing 2 matches. So, who knows? Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.